HighBridge, a division of Recorded Books, presents Putin Country, A Journey into the Real Russia by Anne Garrels. Read by the author. Chapter 1. Chaos. On a midwinter morning in 2013, the Russian city of Chelyabinsk was blinded by a white streak in the sky. It lit up the late dawn and arced across the horizon, leaving a trail of smoke. Students at Lyceum 31 pressed their noses to their classroom windows to see the unreal light. Minutes later, there was a huge blast. Solid windows merely shuddered, but across the city, panes and TV screens shattered, sending shards flying. Car alarms were triggered, and the roof of a zinc factory partially collapsed. Around 1,200 people were injured by the hail of debris. Amazingly, no one was killed. Remarkable images immediately flooded the internet, recorded by car video cams mounted on dashboards. These are commonly used to record the region's all-too-frequent traffic accidents and support insurance claims. What they recorded this time was the result of a 60-foot-wide meteor approaching the Earth. It came in undetected at roughly 42,000 miles an hour, 12 miles per second. It began to blow apart 28 miles above the Chelyabinsk region, exploding with the energy of about 500 kilotons of TNT, 30 times the power of the Hiroshima bomb. At its most intense, the fireball glowed 30 times brighter than the sun. Scientists say it was the largest rock to reach our planet since 1908, when another meteor crashed into Siberia's Tunguska River. Fragments rained down all over the countryside, with the largest single piece punching a huge circular hole in the thick ice of Lake Chebarkul, a couple of hours' drive from the regional capital. There was no boom there, just a flash of light. Worshippers at the nearby Orthodox church continued with their service. Ice fishermen dozing off on the frozen lake were shocked out of their sodden reverie. But whatever had landed quickly disappeared in the watery depths, leaving only a gaping hole. 8 months later, divers retrieved a half-ton piece of space rock. It broke into 3 pieces when it was lifted up. The largest piece now sits benignly under a plexiglass dome in the regional museum. Compared with the colorful rocks indigenous to the Urals, glistening green malachite and deep purple charoite, the residue of the meteor is a dull lump, with sculpted pits where its molten material chipped off on its extraordinary journey. The superstitious and the religious tried to find some meaning in this rare event. WAG suggested President Vladimir Putin's appointed governor, long the target of corruption allegations, had finally been fingered for his sins. What everyone agreed was that Chelyabinsk, a gritty industrial region 1,000 miles east of Moscow, was again on the map, though for once the troubles were not man-made. Known to be one of the most polluted places on the planet because of a once-secret nuclear accident, and choked by clouds of industrial waste, the area had suffered plenty of indignities. But residents looked on this natural event with a kind of pride and awe. Trade in alleged space rock flourished briefly. A local chocolate factory came out with a deluxe meteor assortment. Chelyabinsk had been on my radar since 1993, 2 years after the breakup of the Soviet Union, when a newly independent Russia was struggling for its survival. I'd served many stints in the Soviet Union and the new Russia as a journalist, and was then NPR's Moscow-based correspondent. As any Russian will tell you, Moscow is not Russia, and in the 1990s it was clear the country's richest and most powerful city was racing even further ahead. Moscow isn't just the capital and seat of government. It is also the financial, commercial, cultural, and entertainment center. Washington, New York, Chicago, and L.A. all wrapped into one. But most Russian citizens
Sample complete. Ready to continue?